subscribe. Is this the one you were telling me about? Huh. She's not quite as frightening as you described to me. Well, I suppose that's true. Looks can be deceiving. Gentlemen, if you would, please clear the room. I would like to be alone for a moment with this creature. Do not let me clarify this ever again. That was not a suggestion, Doctor. That was an order. Now all of you, get out. And remember, the next time you think about questioning my authority in front of a stranger, I would like you to imagine how your head would look like being pierced on a stick atop my castle walls. Do you understand? Good. Now, step aside. Leave me alone. Well, that takes care of that. Now I can be final alone with you. Hey, come on now, little one. I'm not going to hurt you. I know that little doll I just gave may have been a bit intimidating, but I suppose you wouldn't understand. The truth is, I don't like yelling at them, cursing at them, let alone threatening my man. But sometimes it has to be done. As a prince, I quickly realized that any display of weakness can and will be taken advantage of. People are quick to use their power and influence to try to overrule me. I don't want people to begin conniving behind my back. So I have to give them a snapback to reality. But I never go through with it actually. As quick-tempered and stressed out as I can be. I never actually have someone killed for simply talking back to me. I mean, after all, I may be prince, but without my people, I'm nothing but an average man. But I don't suppose you cared so much about hearing my struggles. You seem to be going through a lot more than me right now. I know I was told not to interact with you too closely. But seeing you chained up, covered in dirt and bruises, I figured this was the least I could do. Here, I got you a cup of blood. It's a cow's blood. I know that's probably not your preference, but it's all I could get right now. And I just thought it was better than nothing at all. Knew you don't want it. Well, I will leave it sitting here next to you, just in case you change your mind. So, it's true, isn't it? You're a vampire like my bounty hunter says. Well, of course I believe in that sort of stuff. As a child, my mother would read me stories about all sorts of creatures. Fairies in the forest that cause mischief and trick travelers. Dwarves that mine through the core of the world in search of gold and riches. Then there is dragons, far smarter and more powerful than any man could ever hope to be. My mother, well, she was always a believer in the strange and supernatural. I was too, as a kid. Then, as I got older, I began to assume my role as prince more prominently. Everything gets so much more tense and so much more serious. And I was so young too. It seems that the older I got, the less I believe in those stuff. And the more magic began to slip away from me. Then my mother, she, well, she, she went away. And I suddenly couldn't find the will to believe. Those are just silly stories you tell kids to keep them quiet. That's what I convinced myself. But now that there were more to this world than what meets the eye, and not to mention, last night I got news from my bounty hunter about what he had caught. I thought, you must be joking at first. But after seeing you in the flesh, I now know that he was telling the truth. Vampires do exist. You don't look so happy. Hey, I know this doesn't make up for what's been done to you. Having your hands chained up, being locked in these gates and dragged out of your hands. My words can't really express that. I am truly sorry for the way you have been treated. You aren't going to speak to me, are you? I cannot say I blame you and your situation. But just now, I didn't give the order. I didn't send my men to find you. There had been rumors in town about a vampire nearby. Apparently, some people got attacked. And since then, everyone's been on edge. People have been going out hunting on their own. I don't know how exactly. Maybe he was tipped off by someone. But my hunter managed to track you down. Then, after he found you, he brought you here to me. Figured I would give him a big house for finding a vampire like you. I suppose he knows I have a bit of a weak spot for monsters. Well, with all that being said, let's free you from those chains. I'm completely serious, not tricks. The man who was in the room before me, he is well, he is the royal family's doctor. A personal doctor, and as you can imagine, it's not every day a vampire walks through the door. He has already consulted with me about his plans to experiment on you, since it can lead to all these great scientific breakthroughs. But, well, that's not going to happen. What do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean by don't you want to be set free? You can go back to your hair and we can pretend this whole thing never happened. Oh, right, I see. I understand. It's gonna be a problem if I let you go, right? Because you worry that this will just happen again. So that's what you're afraid of. Moving somewhere else and getting caught and being captured by another hunter. Maybe one that isn't as gentle as mine. I don't know what the solution is. I cannot just... Wait, maybe I can. Actually, tell me, would you like to live here? I mean, not in the gates obviously, but how would you like to live in this castle with me? You are afraid to go home, so... Well, there is only 3 people that truly knows about you. Me, my bounty hunter, and my doctor. And after all, I am the prince. Perhaps I can convince the 3 of us to keep our mouths shut. And you can live here with me, of course. We will have to figure out the whole blood situation. But I think we can manage that. So, what do you say? A vampire and a prince? We can make quite a theme, couldn't we?